we do want to stay on this story. For more, we'll bring in Luis Moreno. He is a former acting U.S. ambassador to Israel and a former Oslo Accord roadmap monitor. Thank you for making the time for us today.
No, thank you very much for having me.
The first question that I've had for so many of the guests today has just been, what does this say for the future of potential ceasefire talks or the end of this current conflict when the venue where talks often take place has been the target of an attack?
Well, it's a massive setback for that. It's a massive setback for the families of the hostages. It's a massive setback for anyone who was going for a negotiated settlement here. Again, Israeli tradecraft, intelligence, military action is unpeerless. I mean, no one does things like that they're capable of doing. But on a diplomatic and political level, it's really kind of a disaster.
So in terms of your reaction then to what was carried out, the justification for it from Israeli officials, from the military, also from the Prime Minister, saying this is retaliation for an attack that was carried out by Hamas. Hamas took responsibility for an attack carried out at a bus stop in Jerusalem. Does this match, given that this attack was carried out in Doha?
No, it doesn't. To me, and I don't know the inside story, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. But it shows one thing that we've consistently seen here: the Israeli marginalization of the Palestinian Authority's intelligence and security services. No one is a bigger enemy of Hamas than the PLO and the PA, intelligence and security services. But by the Israelis constantly marginalizing them and keeping them at arm's distance, you lose all that insight, all that human intelligence and possibilities that you have. They're the people who could have stopped this and could have contributed to not making it happen. So that's one thing. The other thing is, as far as the negotiations for the hostages, and also you have to worry about supposedly the U.S. was given overnight awareness of that this was going to happen, but this kind of sets back the U.S. Efforts that we were moving towards trying to get a settlement here. So, and it's been condemned roundly by the Qatari government, of course, by Saudi Arabia, and by by the Emirates, by a lot of people. So this is going to be a real major setback.
What message does it send to the international community if, in fact, the White House, as we're seeing that there's confirmation of that the White House gave the green light for this attack to take place in Qatar?
It sends a message that really that Bibi Netanyahu and his government has a lot of leeway and is being enabled in great respect by the United States of America. He's been given a free hand. Usually in these type of things, it's the United States who steps in. And if we would have had advance notice, tried to talk them out of it or tried to come to some other agreement. But lately, it seems like we've just been giving Netanyahu kind of a free rein. And look, I don't want to pull any punches here or I don't want to cause any problems. But, Bibi Netanyahu's number one priority is staying in power and not being out of power and having to face criminal charges and possibly go to jail. And by doing these things, by the strikes that in Lebanon, in Tehran, in Syria, and now in Qatar, just carried out with incredible precision and professionalism. But really, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be doing these things now. It gives a bad message, I think.
Mr. Moreno, I also wanted to ask you about timing because there are a lot of events sort of happening at the same time. You've got this attack that was carried out in Doha by the Israeli military. They say it was targeted for Hamas leadership, that Hamas says we're looking at a proposed ceasefire deal there. At the same time, there has been calls for orders for evacuations in Gaza City as the Israeli military continues with a large controversial offensive there as well. And also the UN General Assembly set to take place in the United States, where there's a number of nations that have declared that they will recognize the Palestinian state as well. Are all of these connected? How are all of these connected, rather?
Absolutely. It's all connected. It's an effort to undo a lot of that. And to, as you said before, send a message. The offensive in Gaza City itself where the Israeli IDF said everyone has to get out of Gaza City. They are leveling. They're actually leveling all the high-story buildings. It's just massive amount of rubble. They're moving people that have been moved around for, a year and a half, 2 years, constantly moved. The people who were targeted in Qatar, and we don't know how many were killed, but those are mainly the political operators, the guys who were actually trying to put negotiations back and forth. They're not the military wing, which would have actually planned this meeting. Those guys are in Cairo. They're with the Egyptians. So it's not even the right amount of people the right people that were kind of targeted. Again, it's a lot of politics going on. The United States canceling the visas for the Palestinian representatives who were going to attend the General Assembly, all sorts of other things. There's just a real shift. U.S. policy has been shifting kind of constantly in regards to many things, and this is certainly one of them. And right now, it seems like Bibi Netanyahu is driving the train.
Very finally, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Moreno, as someone who was involved in the Oslo Accords in a certain capacity, just how do you feel watching all of this unfold now? How far does it feel like the region is from any form of peace?
I tell you, it's something I think about a lot. It's tragic on a human level. I helped negotiate some ceasefires during Operation Cast Lead, 2009, 2010. I saw the human suffering. I see what it entails, especially among civilians and innocents. It's just, I've never seen us as far away from a settlement as we are now. And the attempt by the Netanyahu government to just do anything they can to derail a possible two-state solution and have the European Union and others recognize a Palestinian state, they're doing everything they can to destroy that possibility. And we, the U.S., seem to be enabling that.
Luis, I want to thank you so much for your time today and your thoughts.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Luis Moreno is a former acting U.S. ambassador to Israel. Thank you.